What is up? Trizzle here, tuning in with another war recap with Clashers Corner. I just wanted to bring this one to you guys. It was actually a pretty epic finish to the war. Our clan has actually had a little bit of a rough patch over the past few wars. I would say due to a couple different things, mostly because of the matching system. Secondly, because a couple of mistakes being made. Versus combined with the fact that there was a lot of engineered clans out there. Not to mention we always tend to get mismatched. So I wanted to show this one just because it came so close to the end. Just an epic war. At the very end, it would just outpace them just ever so slightly. Starting in with my number 2 attack on their Town Hall 11. This was a weaker 11, so I wouldn't exactly say it was a max base, max hit, but it was still pretty decent. I just went in with the Bolalo Town Hall 11. I tend to prefer to use a clone spell when I'm doing my my deployment, but there's a little bit of flexibility with that. You can definitely bring some different spells instead of the clone spell. Main objective of this raid, as you guys all know, you got to use your kill squad to take out your queen, an air defense, and as much else as you can get on the base, whether that's an Inferno, an Air Expo, the Eagle Artillery, really and truly as much air targeting defenses as possible. Once you've completed the first part of the raid objectives with your kill squad, you're going to want to always use a circular deployment with Town Hall 11. You cannot approach a base head-on like you would with a Town Hall 9 Laloon raid, where you have an even approach with the Hounds and Loons. It always has to be circular. So just using the haste spells to bring the Loons in, take out the top 2 air defense. From there, just circular deployment going counterclockwise around the base. So this wasn't the cleanest hit in the world. The Eagle ends up staying up pretty long, but because of the massive amount of Loons that are alive, ends up being a 3-star, no problem. Had it been a max base, might not have been a 3-star, but I digress. Our Town Hall 9 isn't max. Our second Town Hall 11, which is our newer Town Hall 11, isn't max either. So all's fair in love and war. Alright, so 3-star for the Legion. Just so you guys know, I am here on my home clan, the Legion of Doom. Awesome war clan. Been around for quite a while. We've actually been warring for over 3 years now. Had lots of ups and downs, lots of people come and go. Started off as a family clan. Ended up, having a few core members that are focused on war, people that want a 3-star, want to prove, want to play the game at the highest level. And other than that, we just have a few standard rules like most other elite clans. You just got to make sure that the people that you're bringing in, is consistent with the criteria that, you need on your war clan. One of the things that I see a lot, actually, is with Town Hall 9s that are max. They don't have I guess a lot of Town Hall 9s that play this game, they don't focus on their heroes, and I don't know why. I know that when you're upgrading your defenses, it's essentially part of the game. So as you progress through the game, upgrading your gold defenses is the normal progression of the game. But a lot of people don't realize that at the level of the game, whether it's Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9, Town Hall 10, or 11, the troops that are the offensive troops, including your heroes, spells, everything, that's all part of how the game works together. So when you have a Town Hall 9 with, let's say, max defenses and level 10 heroes, not only does that immediately make it harder for you as a war clan, but that person, as everybody knows, anybody that's been warring for a long time knows that heroes are extremely important, and with the exception of poorly designed bases, the consistency isn't going to be there. You will have the capability. I'm not saying you can't 3-star max Town Hall 9s or max bases without max heroes, but as you progress through the game, becomes even more and more important. Anybody that's upgraded to Town Hall 10 or higher knows exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot 3-star a max Town Hall 10. Wait, I take that back. I know Powerbang just had a video showing a Town Hall 9 taking out a max Town Hall 10. But again, it's the same thing. If that base wasn't designed the way that it was for the loon pathing, exposed air defenses, exposed queen, all that stuff that adds up as far as your raid objectives, then it wouldn't have had that outcome. But the point that I'm making is still true. Generally speaking, going against Town Hall 10s, even against max Town Hall 9s, if your heroes aren't there, it's different. I mean, Town Hall 9 is at a unique place in the game where the troops are still strong enough, and you don't have as much outgoing DPS from the defenses, where your troops just get overwhelmed, and when you combine everything together, generally speaking, there's a lot more room for error. The lower town halls. Once you get up to Town Hall 10 and higher, however, if you're talking about max bases, you're talking about 40 heroes, you're talking about max troops, and even then, it's not a guaranteed thing. Some of you guys will notice that when you look at the hit rate for clans that are, let's say, in the CWL, I mean, those guys, they may hit, let's say they run 40v40, they might run, I think it's like 5 or 6 Town Hall 11s. No, I take that back. It's usually about like 10, like 15, 20 or something like that. Let's say. I know that didn't add up to 40, but just as using an example. The Town Hall 11s, the Town Hall 10s, you might get maybe 3 or 4 out of those 15 Town Hall 10s that are 3 stars. And these guys are at the top percentage. They're at the most skilled segment of the game in terms of their attacks. So they know their way around the game. They know troop AI. They friendly challenge hours each day to get their skill up, and they'll still tell you that without max heroes, you're at a disadvantage. It's kind of like trying to play basketball with a 40-pound vest, or just using it as an example. So when it's all said and done, upgrade your heroes, guys. That's the point of my rant for the day. Make sure that you focus on them. The higher you go, if you rush your Town Hall, it's not something that's impossible to recover, but unless you have the time and or money / resources to basically even the ante, you're going to get to a point where you hit a brick wall, and it will affect your ability to really enjoy the game, in my opinion. I mean, we have countless people that try to join, and their max Town Hall 9s and heroes are 9, 8. I think the worst one I've ever seen was a max Town Hall 9, level 5 and 6 heroes, and it blew my mind. Like, how can you possibly think that that's going to be something that's beneficial? Because if you really think about it, Supercell designed the game to have Town Hall 9 have level 30 heroes when the defenses are max. So when you attack, the strength of the heroes are actually meant to be at level 30 level when you're attacking, max Town Hall 9s, for example. So when you come in with heroes that are level 10, that's 20 levels apiece. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? So either way, everybody plays the game how they enjoy it, and that's always how things are going to be. There are going to be people that like to engineer their clan and gain a competitive advantage, and even though they don't even though they may not realize that having a competitive advantage kind of takes away from the fairness and the thing about sportsmanship and sports as a whole, without an even playing field, the credibility of the contest kind of comes into question. But these are just some pretty solid raids. I mean, this war we didn't have too many, I would say, we didn't have too many hard bases. We had our normal dip attacks, our other Town Hall 11. He usually will take care of I would say the third and fourth most difficult base in the war. Until we get more depth, I'm stuck attacking the top two Town Hall 11s, and then we just kind of fill in accordingly. My second account, my Town Hall 9.5, just upgraded to Town Hall 10 a couple weeks ago. Been trying to focus on that, and it's just been a grind. I didn't really want to go to Town Hall 10 yet, but it's one of those things. The clan lost our second Town Hall 11, and we sorely needed it. So that was pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to more or less highlight some of the Town Hall 9 hits, some of the better hits, because this war, like I said, it came down to the wire. We ended up tying 43-43, and it was won on percentage. So great job, guys. Definitely got to keep this going and get our stuff back on track.